Hi folks, I suppose over the months it's become a bit of a tradition to give you guys early access and a bit of a, I don't want to say behind the scenes look at, because that implies that there's some sort of veil or curtain, and those of you that have been following this for a while hopefully understand that there is no behind the curtain, because there's no curtain. I have been, like, I looked back at some videos last night and I've shown really early stuff about where I intended to put the road, and it's quite interesting for me to look back on that now and then see where things have come on to. So in the spirit of that, I intend to put a Canadian style machine built track into here, and the area that I have in mind, well first of all actually, for one of those machine built tracks, many of you will be aware that the first thing you need to do is put the trail bed in, which is ever so slightly wider than your track itself, and you bed that down, do all the forestry work beforehand, remove roots, put that bed in, which is usually in cases like this is a bench cut, and then you can start to build your features on top. So putting a large trail bed in is quite I don't want to say destructive, but it is very involved. So you're doing, you know, it's a trail built by machines, so you do some digging. Therefore, you kind of have to find an area that lends itself to that. Now, this area is the area that it's going to come through. If I can just, I suppose, try and give you a bit of a pan around. The area it's coming through is a problem area in the in this section of forest. Well, there is right behind me as well. For whatever reason, we've had a selection of blown down or badly leaning trees that are showing their roots up from the sides. So, just as my stewardship of this forest, and contractual obligations to some extent as well, it's my job to fix this and sort it out. So if I'm going to have to come in here and do a lot of saw work anyway, this then makes itself the perfect area. Thank heavens for the for line marking spray. That gives me, I'll give you a really early, I don't know if I should even be doing this, but I'll give you a really early look down of the line mark of the route. Oh, it's a little hard to climb through, so you'll have to forgive me. I'll take you down to corner 5. So I don't even know if the white spray that I've done is showing up on here. You can maybe see that where I've marked myself a route across. Oh, climbing over. This will be kind of interesting to look back on when this is done, to see just how much of a mess this area is. It is localised. It is kind of localised. If you see over here, you can see through the stands that everything around there seems fine. So this is, if I'm correct, it's corner 5, or is it corner 6? Anyway, so this is going to be one of our, if we've bench cut down through here, this is going to be one of our bank corners, and it'll start to spit you straight back in through there, and you can perhaps see where where I've been back in, put the white lines through. Look, do you know what? In the spirit of early access, let's climb through and give you a look along here as well. So as you can see, hopefully you can see, the white spray brings us back along these trails. And this one, as you can see across here, there's just so many of them that have started to, I don't know if it's been like a chain reaction, like one's been caught out by the wind and it's gone on from there or what. but this is just the way it is around here with these ones. Take it to this next corner. As I say, we're on a small camera with a small lens, so aware that you don't get the gradient, but I hope you're managing to pick up the white markers. This brings us into our next corner, which in turn will spit you back down that way across the... So yeah, basically everything in here that's a mess is going to have to be dealt with anyway and tidied up. So bike park or no bike park, part of my commitment to look, I'm in charge of this forest basically for the next 20 years. Now, just because I'm paying money to rent it doesn't mean that I can just leave it to be in a state. There is a responsibility as well for the stewardship. So regardless of whether I was doing something for the bike park and adding trails or building stuff, I was still going to have to come and put the time into this area to tidy it all up. So two birds with one stone and all that. You can see that the way, I hope you can see, again we'll GoPro so I'm not sure, hopefully if I put you onto my, you can see that there's a ridge line there and then it dips away afterwards. That's I've spoken about this in the past, but that's that secondary ridge line that runs right the way along. So things get a bit steeper as we get down. I'll tell you what, I'll take you down for a look at that as well. So yeah, as I said, things start to get a little bit kind of steeper as we cut down from here. It'll have to be a more sort of a deeper and more severe bench cut to get the track in, but got a bit of experience of bench cutting with the digger now with doing that road, so that shouldn't be a problem. And also, as I say, it tidies up the forestry stuff as well. Tomorrow, that being Tuesday, we've got weather warnings for high winds, so we're looking at 55-60 mile an hour winds. That could bring some stuff down, cause some issues. I say cause some issues. Right now, nature's going to do what nature's going to do, so we'll have to come back and fix it up later on. But it might help me out. It might do me some favours. It might cause me some more work. I'm not sure. So, timescales of this is next to be worked on. First thing we've got to do is get the bike park open. As soon as we open, I kind of have to appreciate that midweeks aren't going to be our particularly busy time. It's mostly going to be weekends, so that's going to afford me some time to get in here and start doing the work in here and prepping for the machine trail. So there we have it. I suppose a bit of an early sneak peek. It is very early in the grand scheme of things, but it's kind of cool for me to come back and look at these videos in months to come and see, wow, there wasn't anything there, now there is. So have a good one, folks. I'll keep you updated. So just as an addition to this video, I don't know why I'm speaking all quietly, because I'm going to start the digger up in a second, but as an addition, some of you might know that I'm quite keen to track the deer that live around here. They're ever elusive, and I see them every now and again. Once or twice I've had a couple of really kind of up close and personal encounters with them. They're beautiful, and I'm just kind of interested to see what's going on with them. I've always had a hunch that they sleep around this area, and today's a really good example. So this I might be asking a bit much of the camera to show this up, so I'll try and get it to show. But down in the bottom area of this woodland here, you can see the deer track that goes through all this lush grass. And I don't know if you can see, but there is one big sleeping patch with two smaller ones next to it. One big sleeping patch, another big sleeping patch, and then a really big patch over there that's been worn down by more than just one deer, which gives the idea that perhaps One was laying on its side with the two younger ones, the fawns, nursing from it. So I hope that's showed up. I don't want to go down there and disturb stuff in case that's where they want to sleep again tonight. But it would make sense. There's all that lush grass around them. Down in the bottom there, it's a bit sheltered from the wind and the elements. And that says that we have, adults wise, one, providing they didn't move around and sleep in different places, but to make this grass still be down now, they must have sat there for a while. So one adult, two adult, I'd have to say that one was probably a female if it's had one's nursing with it. 1, 2 adults and 2 real small ones, and then 2 more smaller ones. It looks like there could be a pair with what appears to be 2 fawns this spring. Now, if it is a pair, well, that's a bit. If it is a pair, I haven't seen the stag. I've come across a couple. Oh, right, that's confusing now, because I've seen a couple of the does, but I've yet to come across a stag. I haven't seen one at all. They're roe deer, so the stag should be fairly easy to spot in comparison to does. Anyway, just thought I'd share it with you. Don't even know if I'll add this into the edit. I just thought it was pretty cool to find a spot where they sleep, and I like to keep tabs on them.